Hi, I'm Ezelle from the upcoming Lovely to speak to you today. You too. So congratulations on this fantastic film. So what was it about the film, The Eternal Daughter, and working with Joanna Hogg that sort of drew you in and made you want to be a part of this?
I'd seen The Souvenir before, which I absolutely loved, and I really love independent film. And it wasn't a normal audition process, it was very much like a conversation. So I was instantly intrigued because I felt like she was learning more about me as a person and the type of person that I am. And it felt a lot more collaborative, like from the get-go, and I think I really was intrigued by that, yeah.
And can you talk about sort of the film process and approach to that? Because obviously a lot of it was improvised, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So was that also for your character as well? And how did you feel sort of working in that way?
I loved it. I loved it. So freeing. Yeah, it was brilliant. It felt like things were just happening and you can't plan anything. And I love that type of stuff. I'm a big sort of thrill-seeking person, so I loved it. I was in my element. I think some people find it scary, but Tilda and Joseph and Joanna all just loved it. It was great.
And obviously working with Tilda Swinton, like you say. What was that sort of building that relationship on screen and sort of learning from her, you know?
Oh, and there's so much to learn. It was amazing. We had lots of giggles, lots of laughing, and I felt like she's a really open person, and I felt like we really bounced off each other. Yeah, it was amazing. And Joanna's fantastic as well, and we'd kind of improvise, and then Joanna would do another take, and she would sort of give us little bits of direction as it would go on. Just brilliant.
Because I believe it sort of started out as a sort of follow on slightly from The Souvenir, and then it was kind of this mother and daughter layered story. And then she brought in kind of this ghostly, kind of supernatural element to that. Were you part of building that story with her?
So what's really interesting is I felt like it was an experience that I was learning more about what I was in as time went on. And watching the film, I didn't see the sort of story document that Joanna sort of does. Intentionally, Joanna didn't want me to see that. So I didn't actually know a great deal about what I was in the best way. We just had sort of little bits of conversation. It was really freeing. And then I saw the film and I was kind of like, oh, well, you know, I had my own response to it. But I didn't really know that much about it while I was in it, which I really liked, actually. Yeah, being kept in the dark.
And what was it like being on location there at this sort of gothic mansion?
Terrifying. There was lots of weird experiences where like bags would fall on the floor, and I think some of the crew had really odd times there, and Joanna was actually staying there in the house. I was not. I was staying in a cottage, and then I started freaking out thinking that my cottage was haunted. We all started, it's that thing, isn't it, when something starts, sort of, there's whispers of a ghost, it breeds a kind of hysteria, and we were all a bit hysterical because we thought that there was a ghost. I went there recently because I was working up there, and I drove the car down the long lane, and I quickly did a U-turn because it looked terrifying.
Oh
yeah.
What were some of the challenging moments then of doing the improv work and being on set?
I think learning like how to be on a set is tricky. Like you know, everyone's lovely, but learning to manage myself and learning what's expected of me, and obviously working with Tilda and, you know, Joanna, brilliant people, and Joseph as well, and yeah, just hoping that I can hold my own and kind of serve the film. And serve Joanna and Tilda in the way that they wanted. So yeah, the challenges I think were sort of staying calm, actually, and believing in my own ability, and just going with the flow. But other than that, there weren't that many. It was because it's improvised. There wasn't that many challenges.
And what do you hope viewers will take away when they watch this?
Ooh, I don't know what people. I think people will have their own like responses to it, and I kind of don't want to say, but from what I got, I felt like I wanted to go home and have a really nice chat with my mother and appreciate my mother, and be grateful that my mother is here and our relationship, and to strengthen that relationship. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for speaking to me. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. Thank you too.